right, blessed morning, Grateful Gab family. Welcome back to the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle. About to get directly into the daily verse, and then I'll be going over the sports rundown. Daily verse for the day of June 29th, 2023, derived from the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 32, and it states as follows. The lips of the godly speak helpful words, but the mouth of the wicked speak perverse words. Amen. And again, it's from the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 32. And this morning for the Sports Huddle rundown, I'll be recapping the College Baseball World Series champion. I'll be going over NBA offseason news. I'll be going over the WNBA recap. I'll be introducing the Big Three League to the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle. I will be following the Big Three League throughout their duration of their careers, throughout the duration of the league lifetime. Things of that nature. So I'm definitely excited to be able to be a part of year 6 for the Big Three League. So make sure you stay tuned to check out that as well. And then I have MLB information. The Braves are on pace to 100-plus wins this season. I'll be going over the boxing schedule, and I'll be recapping the NHL draft. So, but before I get into that stuff as well, I'm about to come at you with my dad joke. Dad joke of the day is as follows. Let's see what we get. This graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in. This graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in. That's funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and kick it off with the College Baseball World Series. Again, the LSU Tigers are the reigning College Baseball World Series champions. The SEC has won the last 4 College World Series world titles. The SEC has won the last 4 College Baseball World Series titles. So, the SEC just don't dominate in football. We dominate in baseball. We dominate in, a lot of these other off-field sports. We dominate in, tennis. We dominate in golf. A lot of these other different sports the SEC dominates in. So, and I'm speaking personally from Georgia with those other two categories with golf and tennis and things of that nature. Moving on to the NBA offseason news. NBA offseason news that I'm checking out is the trade from the Atlanta Hawks. If you all don't know, the Atlanta Hawks is my team. We traded John Collins, a player we drafted about 5 years ago. We drafted him about 5 years ago. I think it was a horrible trade. Not for trading John Collins. It's for what we received for John Collins. Even though we did lose a lot of his. We did gain money from his salary. From his contract basically being owed. With him being traded, the Utah Jazz had to pick up that $70+ million option, which saved the Atlanta Hawks about $27 million, I believe, in cap space, which allows us to still be aggressive in the offseason market. There's a lot of individuals who opted out of their contracts to become free agents, so there's still a lot of good players out there that we can be able to take advantage of and see who we can be able to add to the roster. The things that I don't like about the trade was that we got Rudy Gay. We got a 36-year-old veteran who, will maybe average 11, 12 minutes off the bench, if that. But we did replace that power down below with 2 shooters at the draft plus a big man. And then the Hawks did draft a couple undrafted free agents. One gentleman specific out of NC State, Jarkel Joyner. I'm excited to be able to see him this week in the Summer League. Make sure y'all check out the Summer League. Summer League begins July 7th through July 17th. So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all checking out your teams, things of that nature. The schedule has been released for the Hawks. So when the Hawks, so next week before I get the Sports Huddle going, I will go over the schedule for the Vegas Summer League. Make sure you check it out. again. And we received the second round pick for the John Collins trade. So the John Collins trade is consisted of, we traded John Collins, we received Rudy Gay, and we received a second round pick for this 2024 upcoming draft. So we did gain some things. Like I said, we gained we gained cap space. We gained the veteran. Rudy Gay is a solid player, but he's not the caliber of player that he could come to our team and make an immediate impact. He's going to be able to be a good veteran presence off the bench, but he won't be the point guard. He'll be the 3 or 4 personnel with the second bench and things of that nature. So I'm excited to see Kobe Buffkin this summer as well. Kobe Buffkin was our first round draft pick, and then I'm excited to see Seth London. He was our second round draft pick, and there was another gentleman out of Ghana whose name I don't remember exactly, but I will get his information as well and put him on the podcast. And I'm just excited for all those gentlemen, who became Hawks this year. And I'm excited to be able to see those young gentlemen get around as veterans like Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, all those type of individuals on our team, man. So I'm excited. I think we should have got rid of Clint Capella, if y'all honestly want to know. Because like I said, he's a rebounding machine, but other than that, he's not efficient. He's not an efficient scorer. He doesn't have a bag. I literally seen him have a mismatch with a 6'2" guard on him in the paint, and he threw the ball out. He threw the ball out to the wing for a shot, and they missed it. But I'm like, bro, if you're any coach, and you see a 7'1" to 7'2" basketball player in the paint, and he not working on a 6'3", 6'2", I don't care what size you are, 6'5" and under, you should be working those guys off the rip. You know what I mean? But whatever, Clint Capella is still there. John Collins is gone, so we shall see. I just hope Quinn Snyder, put a lot of emphasis this summer on getting Clint Capella more comfortable with, dominating the paint, not just rebounding and doing putbacks and all that other stuff. You have to be able to be, agile. You have to be flexible, athletic down there. Being able to have footwork. Those simple things, they could prevail us. Those simple. If Clint Capella can average 12, 13 points a game, man, that's gonna prevail the Atlanta Hawks to a whole different level. You know what I mean? So that's my take on the Hawks. Moving on to the WNBA. WNBA results from this week. I will go back to Monday. Monday, we had the Las Vegas Aces defeat the Indiana Fever 88-80. Tuesday games, we had the New York Liberty defeat the Kinetic Sun. Prayers and speedy recovery goes out to the Kinetic Sun center. She had a season-ending ACL injury, I believe, or something like that in her knee. So definitely sending prayers and speedy recovery and healthiness to her. The Minnesota Lynx defeated the Seattle Storm 104-93. The Dallas Wings defeated the Phoenix Mercury 77-62. A recap of last night's games: the DC Mystics defeated the Atlanta Dream 109-86. The Dream have lost, 3 games in a row? 4 games in a row? We were doing good, but, hey, it's not looking too good. Yeah, the Dream have lost 3 games in a row, man. So we definitely have to be able to do better as a team, man. It's expeditiously for sure. Coach Wright, get these girls ready to play, man. I know we had a lot of different pieces missing, but that's still no excuse. We have to be able to, show up and dominate every game. Then for tonight's games, we have 3 primetime games. We have 1 game on Prime Video at 10 p.m. That's going to be the New York Liberty going up against the Las Vegas Aces on Prime Video at 10 p.m. Make sure you tune in. Then we have the Indiana Fever going up against the Phoenix Mercury on NBA TV at 10 p.m. as well. And then we have the Minnesota Lynx going up against the Seattle Storm, and that will be on CBS at 10 p.m. as well. So make sure you check that out. That'll be on CBS and the Seattle Network. So make sure y'all tune into that. For tomorrow games, we have the DC Mystics going up against the Atlanta Dream, and we have the LA Sparks going up against the Chicago Sky. Make sure y'all tune in on Saturday, July 1st for the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle, so y'all can get a results and recap from these games. All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Big Three. Again, the Big Three is a league that is owned by Ice Cube. This is his 6th season. Him and his partner have been doing the Big Three League for 6 years now. Truly successful league. I've heard about it, here and there, but I've never followed it. So I decided today to be able to bring the Big Three here to the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle. Just a little bit about the Big Three. Again, the Big Three is a league where it's a 3v3 matchup. The first team that scores to 50 win. I believe they have like a 6-7. They have like a 6-7. I think an 8-man roster. I think they have an 8-man roster. But the roster consists of different talents. They consist of NBA veterans, NBA champions, semi-pro gentlemen who played before, D1 level basketball players, things of that nature, if I'm not mistaken. So a recap of week 1. So I guess their weeks are broken up into 2 segments. So they have 1 week, but they have multiple games in that week. But the weeks consist of 2 different weeks because we have, in week 1, we had games from June 25th, which kicked the season off this past week. June 25th kicked off the 6th season of the Big Three. We had a few games that week, and then we had some games this weekend on Saturday, July 1st. So from June 25th to July 1st, we had the first week of the Big Three League, and I'm about to get a recap. So from Sunday, June 25th games, we had the Trilogy defeat the Enemies 52-46. We had the Bivouac, I might be pronouncing that name wrong, but the Bivouac defeated the Triplets 51-47. Then we had the Power defeat the Three-Headed Monster 50-43. Then we had the Ball Hogs defeat the Aliens 50-39. Then we had the Ghost Ballers defeat Three's a Company 50-47. We had the Tri-State defeat the Killer Threes 50-44. For Saturday game, July 1st, kickoff will be at 1 p.m. CBS, the local CBS channels for these areas host these games. So if you are in Dallas, Texas this weekend, Saturday, July 1st, you can check out these games in Dallas on CBS all weekend. Again, Saturday, July 1st is the kickoff for the second half of week 1. We have the Triplets going up against the Trilogy at 1 p.m. Then followed by that, we have Tri-State going up against Power at 2 p.m. Following the 2 p.m. game, we have a game at 3 p.m. that consists of the Enemies going up against the Ball Hogs. And then we have a 3:50 p.m. game. We have the Killer Threes going up against Three's a Company. And then we have the Aliens going up against the Ghost Ballers at 4:40 p.m. And then we have the Bivouac hosting the Three-Headed Monsters at 5:30 p.m. again in Dallas, Texas. So make sure y'all check out those games this week. Saturday, July 1st, and I will have the updated score results from the Big Three League. And then week 2 will start off on Sunday, July 9th. So make sure you check out the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle next week. I'll be reviewing and going over week 1, and then I'll be recapping and looking forward to week 2. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Again, that is the Big Three League. Big Three League presented by Ice Cube and his partner. I got to learn his partner name. Alrighty, moving on to the Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball recap from this week. I'll go back to Monday. Monday, the Braves defeated the Twins 4-1. The Orioles defeated the Reds 10-3. The Brewers defeated the Mets 2-1. The Tigers defeated the Rangers 7-2. The Angels defeated the White Sox 2-1. And the Mariners defeated the Nationals 8-4. Moving on to Tuesday games, we had the Braves defeat the Twins 6-2. We had the Reds defeat the Orioles 3-1. We had the Pirates defeat the Padres 9-4. We had the Giants defeat the Blue Jays 3-0. We had the Marlins defeat the Red Sox 10-1. We had the Mets defeat the Brewers 7-2. We had the Cardinals defeat the Astros 4-2. We had the Rangers defeat the Tigers 8-3. We had the Phillies defeat the Cubs 5-1. We had the Guardians defeat the Royals 2-1. We had the Dodgers defeat the Rockies 5-0. We had the Angels defeat the White Sox 4-2. We had the Athletics defeat the Yankees 2-1. The Diamondbacks defeated the Rays 8-4. And the Nationals defeated the Mariners in extra innings 7-4. A recap of last night's games: we had the Braves defeat the Twins 3-0. We had the Nationals defeat the Mariners 4-1. We had the Reds defeat the Orioles in extra innings 11-7. We had the Pirates defeat the Padres 7-1. We had the Blue Jays defeat the Giants 6-1. We had the Marlins defeat the Red Sox 6-2. We had the Brewers defeat the Mets 5-2. We had the Astros defeat the Cardinals 10-7. We had the Rangers defeat the Tigers 10-2. We had the Phillies defeat the Cubs 8-5. We had the Guardians defeat the Royals 14-1. We had the Rockies defeat the Dodgers 9-8. We had the White Sox defeat the Angels 11-5. We had the Yankees defeat the Athletics 11-0. And we had the Tampa Bay Rays defeat the Diamondbacks. For tonight's games, we have a few primetime games. You can catch one game on ESPN Plus. That's the Diamondbacks versus the Rays. We had the Padres going up against the Pirates. The Rangers going up against the Tigers. The Guardians against the Royals. The Yankees Athletics. The White Sox going up against the Angels. The Marlins going up against the Red Sox. The Giants hosting the Blue Jays. The Brewers are going up against the Mets. The Cardinals are hosting the Astros. The Cubs are hosting the Phillies. And the Rockies are hosting the Dodgers. So make sure y'all check those games out. The Friday games are as follows. The Braves start a new series against the Marlins, so I'll be going over there on the Saturday Sports Huddle, so make sure y'all tune in. 3-game series starts tomorrow for all these teams, so I'll be recapping the games from Friday on the Saturday Sports Huddle. Make sure y'all tune in. Then going over to the boxing schedule. Boxing is here. Summertime, usually a lot of good boxing matches, so I'm about to review the boxing schedule coming up for the rest of the summer 2023. 1 second. Hey, happy motherfucking birthday to my little brother Steen too, man. Happy birthday, little brother. Love you, dog. Enjoy your day, man. Be blessed. May God continue to bless and watch over you, man. You're doing great. You're going forward. And, I'm going to hit you up, bro. Happy birthday, brother. Love you, dog. Boxing schedule is states as follows. So we have a few key dates, and then I'll be going over the full schedule from July all the way to August. So July and August, I just do the schedule. If whatever key date sticks out to you, that'll be a key date fight for you. So July 1st, kicking it off this weekend, we have Jared Anderson versus Zan Kosobuskiski, 10 rounds heavyweight. I'm looking for the championship fights. Let's see what we got. So the championships fight, the title fights don't start to they start July 1st as well. We have a title fight in Manchester, England. We have Franchon Cruz de Zurin versus Savannah Marshall, 10 rounds for Cruz de Zurin Super Middleweight Women's Undisputed Championship. Then we have another title bout. Mark Heffron versus Zach Chili, 12 rounds for Heffron's British Super Middleweight title. Then we have Natasha Jonas versus Candy Wyatt, 10 rounds for the vacant IBF Women's Welterweight title. Then we have a fight on July 8th. The title fight will be Imantis Stanionis versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. My bad if I broke y'all names up, but there's going to be 12 rounds for Stanionis WBA regular welterweight title. And then we have Marlon Esperoza versus Gabriela Celeste Alanis, 10 rounds for the WBC and WBA women's flyweight titles. And for Alanis, WBA women's flyweight title. So that the fight on July 8th in San Antonio, that would be a pretty hectic fight. You got 2 fights for 1 title, and you got another fight for 3 titles. So that's gonna be pretty dope. And then in July 8th in Atlantic City, we have Jaron Ennis versus Roman Villa for 12 rounds for Ennis's IBF interim welterweight title. And then July 15th, we have a fight in Vegas, title fight, Nonito Donaire versus Alexandro Santiago, 12 rounds for the WBC vacant bantamweight title. And then we have July 15th in Detroit, Michigan, a fight that I'll be checking out myself. We have Alicia Baumgartner versus Christina Lena Datu, 10 rounds for Baumgartner's junior lightweight undisputed championship. And then on the 22nd of July, there are no title fights, so I won't be going over that. But on the 25th of July on ESPN Plus, there'll be a fight in Tokyo. We have Stephen Fulton versus Naoya Inoue, 12 rounds for Fulton's WBC and WBO junior featherweight titles. And then we have another title fight. We have Robeisy Ramirez versus Satoshi Shimizu, 12 rounds for Ramirez's WBO featherweight title. Then moving on to the 28th in Vegas, we have a couple title fights there as well. We have Sinicia Estrada versus Leonela Udica, 10 rounds for Estrada's WBC and WBA's women's strawweight titles. And then on the 29th in Las Vegas, we have a Showtime pay-per-view, a title fight, Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford, 12 rounds for Errol Spence's WBC, IBF, and WBA welterweight titles, and for Terrence Crawford's WBO welterweight title. That's definitely going to be a great fight. Like I said, probably the fight of the decade for sure. Probably over the last 20 years, probably a bigger fight than Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. That was a pretty sought out fight, but this fight is going to be pretty dope. These two gentlemen are in a couple weight classes above where Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather were. So I'm definitely excited to see these gentlemen put on the show, all of these fighters put on the show, and just give us some good entertainment. Moving on to August, we have some August fights. The first title fight in August will be August 5th. We have Amanda Serrano versus Heather Hardy, 10 rounds for Serrano's undisputed featherweight title. Then we have another title fight in Brooklyn on Showtime on the 5th of August as well. We have Landy Lara versus Danny Garcia, 12 rounds for Lara's WBA regular middleweight title. Then we have another title fight on August 12th in Glendale, Arizona. We have Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez, 12 rounds for Navarrete's WBO junior lightweight title. Then we have another fight in Canada, Quebec City, on the 19th of August. We have a title fight for Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith, 12 rounds for Beterbiev's WBC, WBO, and IBF light heavyweight titles. So that's going to be a good fight as well. And then to round out the fighting season, this is not going to round out the season, but to round out the summertime for the fights, August 26th, the location is to be determined. We have a title fight versus Subriel Matias going up against Sergey Lipnetis, and that's going to be 12 rounds for Matias' IBF junior welterweight title. So make sure you check out those fights. If you heard some fights that you're looking forward to from July to August, make sure you check them out. It's going to be pretty dope. Moving on to the NHL. The NHL had their NHL draft last night. The National Hockey League drafted last night, and let me get to it so I can give the first 5 gentlemen who were drafted into the National Hockey League last night. One moment. Alrighty, here we go. So, news. Alright, the NHL draft. The NHL draft was last night. Let's recap it and see who we had. So the first 5 players selected in this year's NHL draft were as follows. The number 1 draft pick was to the Chicago Blackhawks, and his name was Connor Bedard. He's a center, I guess, or I don't know. I don't really know the positions on hockey, but it just says C. So if y'all know what that means, y'all know what that means. But he was the first overall pick. Again, he was selected by the Chicago Blackhawks, and his name was Connor Bedard. The number 2 pick was selected by the Anaheim Ducks. The Anaheim Ducks selected Leo Carlson. Leo Carlson was selected number 2 overall. Then we had number 3 picked by Columbus Blue Jackets. They selected Adam Fantilli. I don't know. But he was selected number 3 for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The number 4 pick was selected by the San Jose Sharks. His name is William Smith. William Smith was selected by the San Jose Sharks at number 4. And then at the number 5 pick, we had the Montreal Canadiens select David Ronbacher. At number 5. So, again, shout out and congratulations to all those gentlemen last night who were selected in the NHL draft. 32 individuals who were selected last night. So, congratulations again to those players. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on all major podcast platforms: Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, any of the major podcast platforms. It's truly been a pleasure to be able to get on here this morning and do my Sports Huddle. I thank you, Lord, for today. It's just so awesome to be able to have life and, to be able to get up and rejoice and, take the better things and all the goodness out of life. So I charge y'all to be able to do that. Always give God glory for today. And let's just make the best of today. So I love y'all. Check me out tomorrow for Fun Fact Fridays. We're going to be heading out on vacation later on today. So I'll be in different areas of the United States. But make sure y'all still tune in. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for some vlogs to the YouTube channel. I will be having some vlogs this week and next week coming from vacation. So make sure y'all tune in to that as well on my YouTube channel. If you don't know my YouTube channel, it's Great for Gap Podcast. Go over there, like some videos, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. So appreciate y'all. Until next time, fam. Peace.